While reading my university student Jake Anderson's term paper, I discovered a hidden cry for help between the lines. That day I thought I had saved him, but 15 years later, I would understand who really saved whom. My name is Professor Sarah Mitchell, I'm 38 years old, and I'm an English literature professor at Harvard University. I've been working at this prestigious university in Cambridge, Massachusetts for the past 12 years. In the shadow of Widener Library, among the historic red brick buildings, I've educated thousands of students, but none affected my life as much as Jake Anderson. In the fall of 2008, Jake had enrolled in my Modern American Literature course. 19 years old, sophomore, intelligent but quiet kid. He never spoke in class, but always submitted his assignments on time. There was a sadness in his eyes, as if he was carrying a heavy burden. That November day I was reading the term paper essays. Students were supposed to analyze the American dream theme in The Great Gatsby. Jake's paper was technically perfect. But while reading it, I noticed something strange. When describing Gatsby's despair, it was as if he was talking about himself. Like Gatsby, I too am looking at the green light, but that light is too far away to ever reach me, he had written. It seemed like a normal literature analysis, but there was more. Sometimes a person gets so tired that instead of waiting for the green light, they think about turning toward the darkness. My heart rate increased. This wasn't just literary analysis. This was a call for help. It became even clearer at the end of the paper, like Gatsby's ending. Some stories don't end happily. But maybe what matters isn't how the story ends, but that someone reads and understands that story. I immediately called Jake to my office hours. "Jake, after reading your paper, I thought we should talk," I said. When Jake entered, his face was pale. "Professor Mitchell, is there a problem with my paper?" "Jake, how are you?" I asked directly. "Really, how are you?" His eyes filled with tears. I'm fine, Professor. Jake, I've been doing this job for 12 years. I can tell when students are talking about themselves in their papers. You weren't talking about Gatsby, were you?" That's when he broke down. He started crying. "Professor, I can't take it anymore," he said. "Family problems, financial difficulties, social pressure. Everyone thinks everyone at Harvard is rich and happy, but I struggle every day." "Jake, what's happening?" I asked. "My father lost his job last year. My mother is sick. My brother just started high school. I came here on a scholarship, but it's not enough. I work as a waiter at nights, sleep 3-4 hours a day, and now I'm thinking about giving up everything." "Giving up what?" I asked, though I knew the answer. "Everything, Professor. University, life, everything." My heart tightened. This kid was thinking about suicide. "Jake, look at me," I said, holding his hands. "You're not alone, and I'm sure we can find solutions." That day I talked with Jake for 3 hours. I listened to his story, coming from Ohio, the first university student in his family. He had come with big dreams but was struggling to face reality. I immediately took action. I applied to Harvard's Student Aid Fund. I researched part-time job opportunities on campus. I contacted psychological counseling services. Most importantly, I told Jake that I would support him. "Because you're valuable, Jake. You deserve to be here. Harvard chose you because they saw your potential." I see it too. For the next 2 years, I became Jake's mentor. Academic counseling, career guidance, sometimes just listening. Jake slowly got better. His grades improved, his confidence increased. He expanded his social circle. At the 2010 graduation, Jake came to me. "Professor Mitchell, I want to give you something," he said, and handed me a sealed envelope. "Don't open it now. Only open it when you need it." "Jake, what is this?" I asked. "A promise," he said with a smile, "like the one you gave me." After Jake graduated, he started working at a technology company in Boston. We would hear from each other occasionally. I heard that he was promoted, started his own company, became successful. I was proud, but over time our communication decreased. That's how life works. I was also busy with my own life. I got married in 2015. My daughter Emily was born in 2018. My career at Harvard was progressing. Everything was going well. Until 2023. That year everything changed. My husband David was diagnosed with cancer. An aggressive type, stage 4. At the same time, my mother started showing signs of Alzheimer's. I was caught between my 5-year-old daughter and both of them. David's treatment costs weren't covered by insurance. Experimental treatments, private clinics, expensive medications. My professor's salary wasn't enough. We mortgaged our house, depleted our savings. My mother's nursing home expenses were additional. We lost David in June 2023. Emily and I were left completely alone. Our financial situation was very bad. I had to take leave from Harvard because I was depressed. That's when I remembered the envelope Jake had given me 15 years ago. That night, after Emily fell asleep, I opened the envelope. Inside was a simple note. Professor Mitchell, if you're reading this note, you're going through difficult times, just like I was in 2008. Now it's my turn to help you. Call this number, Jake Anderson. Below was a phone number. I cried. After 15 years, that kid was still thinking of me. The next day, I hesitantly called the number. Jake Anderson Technologies. Jake Anderson speaking. Jake, this is Sarah Mitchell, I said. Professor, he said excitedly. You finally called. What's happening? How can I help? I told him everything. David's death, our financial situation. My mother, Emily. Jake listened, took notes, made plans. Professor, don't worry. We'll handle everything, he said. A week later, Jake came to Boston. He was now 34 years old, a successful technology CEO. But the love and respect in his eyes were still the same. Professor, I brought you an offer, he said. The education director position is open at my company. You can work remotely, the salary is very good, and flexible hours to take care of Emily. Jake, I don't know technology, I said. You'll mentor the young employees at my company. You'll give them life lessons, just like you gave me. But this was just the beginning. Jake also took over my mother's nursing home expenses. He called it Family Support Program. He established Emily's education fund. Jake, this is too much, I said. How will I pay it back? Professor, you already paid, he said. In 2008, you gave me life. Now I'm giving you life. This is how it works. A year later, I was working at Jake Anderson Technologies. Working from home, able to take care of Emily, able to look after my mother. Young employees at the company would come to me, share their problems. I would give them the support I had given Jake. Jake would often come to the office. Professor, how's it going? He would ask. Jake, you saved me, I would say. No, Professor, he would say with a smile. You saved me. I'm just paying my debt. Last month we went to Jake's wedding. Emily and I. Jake mentioned me in his wedding speech. One of the most important people in my life is Professor Sarah Mitchell, he said. She didn't just teach me literature. She taught me life. She gave me a second chance. Now I try to give second chances to others. After the wedding we talked. Jake, how did you write that cry for help in that paper? I asked. Professor, I was really at the breaking point then, but I had learned in your classes that words are powerful. I thought maybe someone would understand. And you understood. What if I hadn't understood? But you did understand, he said. Good teachers always understand. You read between the lines of your students. Today I'm happy at Jake Anderson Technologies. Emily is growing up. My mother is doing well at the nursing home. I guide young employees. Sometimes I see Jake's sadness from those days in their eyes. And I give them the support I gave Jake. Jake and I still talk. Professor, have you ever regretted it? He asked recently. Helping me that day? Never, I said. You're the greatest success of my life, Jake. Because I taught, but I also learned. What did you learn? That the person you help will one day help you too. Kindness comes back, Jake. Sometimes after 15 years. But it always comes back. Every time I go to my office at Harvard, I see a copy of that first paper. I framed it, hung it on the wall. Below it I wrote, Student teaches, teacher learns. The cry for help I discovered while reading Jake Anderson's term paper didn't just save his life but mine too. Because that day I learned that real education is not one way. While you teach, you also learn. And sometimes what you teach comes back to you. Even after 15 years,